How you doing? Hey, Brian. Brian is first in that I see. I went the one I new tongue, new tongue. By the way, if you're just tuning in now, we have just had pick number 9 from the Utah Jazz, Taylor Hendricks, a forward out of UCF. I know UCF. Do I know this guy? No. No. Kid's got a nice jump shot, 3-pointer, good. Highlights, of course. Says he's a versatile defender. Okay, comes over. Oh, get it out of here. Nice rejection. Oh, even against my Gators, too. Kid is long. Kid is long. But do I know who he is? Nope. He's got a nice pink suit. Or it actually it's not pink. It's seafoam. Seafoam. I think that's what they call it because I know that my friend who is overseas right now, he might be back. He might be back. We have a routine that's not politically correct. And we were always saying, there's seafoam as one of the shirts. It's like not, it's like the color of salmon, but a different shade. Seafoam. It's a nice shade, though. But the one thing I'm looking at, and of course it's like in ESPN on the football draft, it's Mel Kiper's best available. Well, for basketball, it's Jay Billis. I know who Jay Billis is, but I don't know who these people are. Because college basketball, I love college basketball in the mere fact that it's definitely team-oriented. He's not a Dookie. No, he's not a Dookie. He's from UCF. I did know about the first kid, Wembayama, I think is his name. But only because he's been blowing up the sports media. Oh, yeah, Jay Billis is a Dookie, yes. I didn't like Duke as a basketball team. I liked, and I know this is kind of like, how can you do that? I didn't like Duke because I like North Carolina. I've liked North Carolina, even though I'm a Gator. When I think of North Carolina, I think of Dean Smith. I think of Dean Smith. And I've always loved Dean Smith. And then you had the coach that went over from Kansas to North Carolina, Williams. I've continued to like North Carolina. So I couldn't like Duke. But I did like Mike Krzyzewski. Yep. You either hate Duke or love them, and F UNC. Well, good evening to you, Jason Dean Hunter. I'm glad to see that you're here in good spirits. And Jason Dean is that college guy. Do you do basketball too, Jason Dean? Now, I don't know who this guy is. He looks like a nerd. He's on the screen now, or he was. Now they're showing Kyrie. Kyrie is a unrestricted free agent from the Mavs. He's free. Did not know that. Coach K is the GOAT. Like I said, I love Coach K. I was lucky enough that when my friend's daughter graduated from Duke. And I don't think he's been maybe he's been in the show once or twice. And Mark, if you're watching or if you watch this on the rerun, you know what I'm talking about. My buddy Mark Samuels, the Dallas Cowboys fan, who the very first Dallas Cowboys Oakland Raiders game. Hey Doug, how you doing? Hello to you. Ahoy to you as well, Raider mode. But the very first Dallas Cowboys Oakland Raiders Thanksgiving game at Jerry's World. Okay, I had to make sure I got the thing right? We went to that game. That was the weekend, and this is what I remember about that weekend. That we were up in Jerry's World in nosebleeds. I don't even know if it was in the third level or the fifth level. I just know it was way up there. I'm dressed out, and we're walking in, and my buddy Mark is with me. Mark is a retired master sergeant from the United States Army. I went to his retirement ceremony too on my birthday. My missus was like, "You're going? You're leaving? Oh, and you're going to miss your birthday?" I said, "It's a birthday, but there's only one day in a man's life when he retires from the military." And I was there at his retirement because that's how much respect I have for my brother from another mother. And I got a lot of them here. You guys know Doc that comes in, Doc Cabral. He's my brother. Mark Samuels, he's my brother. There are a lot of brothers that I have military-wise. I have my brothers that are not military is probably my best friends from high school, Don and Jim. I got a chance to see Jim this past a month or so ago when I went to my high school reunion. I've always had a chance to see Jim. Don, I don't get a chance to see very often. So Carson Wallace, guard out of Kentucky, a versatile guard and disruptive defender. The Cats I know as well. I know the teams, but I don't know the individual players. Because, like as I was saying, again, one of these Captain Jack stories where I'm like moving it off the main road. College basketball. I love college basketball. I like college basketball more than I like professional basketball because it's entertaining. It has defense. It has kids that actually care about the game. I don't particularly care for NBA basketball. I don't. That's why when I have a chance to, and the Orlando has Final Four, the bracket stuff, the NCAA tournament, I'll go over to Orlando to watch 2 games because it's fun. But I don't know the kids, but it's great. Oh, the kid from Kentucky is going to. Why is he wearing a Mavericks hat? He said he's wearing a Mavericks hat. Trade with Dallas. He's a decent guy. He's going to OKC. Trade with Dallas. Did it just happen because he's wearing a Mavericks hat? Seriously, I'm watching it. So who else is here? I said Jason Dean's here. Raider Mode is here. Ed Winchell. Good to see you, brother. No, they don't cap. They play 1 year and leave college. Not all of them. Not all of them. Because there are kids that actually play 3 to 4 years. They traded the 10th pick to OKC for the 12th pick. They drafted him for OKC. Oh, okay. But he's wearing a Mavericks hat. That's all I'm saying. 90%. I'm just letting you know. Orlando has the pick again. As you said, OKC has the 12th pick. The Magic, who is the local NBA team, to me, local. I've been to one Magic game. It was aight. It was aight. Magic haven't been good since shoot. Magic haven't been good since they had Shaq and Penny Hardaway and D Scott, DP3, Dennis Scott years ago when they went to the championships. They hit the Rockets and Akeem beat them. That was the last time the Magic were any good. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. See, here we go. Bulls received Nikola Vucevic and a kid by the name of Aminu. Magic received Wendell Carter Jr., Otto Porter Jr., and some picks. Nikki McLaughlin, how you doing? How you doing, Nikki? Nikki, my gal from Jacksonville. Why am I thinking of a song like My Gal in Tokyo? You're not in Tokyo, Nikki, but I just said the way I said the name. Jed Howard, guard out of Michigan for the Magic. Was it My Woman in Tokyo? That's what it is. I know. I just went the way I said my gal. My gal, talking about my gal, Nikki. It's not as bad as you guys think. I can at least carry a tune. It's in the proper pitch. Eric Santini from Jacksonville says, Jayville, cool. Doug is saying, hey. Nikki's, well, thank you. See, we got people in here. They were good with Dwight Howard, but they weren't really good. They weren't Shaq, Penny Hardaway good. I got a couple jerseys because they're on sale. And the best player, there's my boy. Oh, no wonder it's got to be his dad, right? There you go. Father Juwan played 21 seasons. There you go. Now you know why Jed Howard, from the guard from Michigan, has ability, because he's Juwan Howard's kid. Makes all the sense in the world. That's cool. Jared's all right. Good to see Jared's in here. Just wanted to say hi. I had a procedure done. Oh, okay. Jared, take care of yourself. Or sorry, Jason, take care of yourself. Jared, take care of yourself too. I had, if we're going to talk about, now I didn't have a procedure. I didn't have a procedure today, but I will say this. I went home from work today because I had just an excruciating sinus headache. I had to work all day because I needed my hours. That's another issue. So I worked the entire shift today, went home after the shift, popped some Aleve. I was looking for the ibuprofen, but I couldn't find it. Went to bed for about an hour and a half. Who was woken up? You got a show tonight? Yeah. Yes, I do. So I am here to do my show. Yes, they were with Jameer Nelson, J.J. Redick. They went to the finals. But you got, Dwight Howard, Redick, yes. Jameer Nelson, but you're talking about Penny Hardaway and Shaq and Dennis Scott, DP3. Come on, man. Your opinion. We all got opinions. But I might go see how, because he's a good. I mean, if he's Juwan Howard's kid, he's got to have some ability. I might go see the Magic. It's a Magic. It just depends upon if they're good. By the way, again, Jason Hunter, take care of yourself, get better. And again, I had to sleep because I had that migraine, the sinus migraine. but I'm better now. Oh, have a tear in your. Oh, well, take care of that, Jason. Be cool. Don't over type. If it's an are you in a sling? Just take care, brother. I want all my peeps to be okay. And Nikki still my woman in Tokyo. I don't know. I just got that song in my head now. So Nikki's not in Tokyo, but she is my woman. No, she ain't my woman. I'm sorry, Nikki. Don't take offense to that. She is my Jacksonville gal. Shaq, yes, Penny, D Scott. Yeah, come on, man. DP3, man. Dennis Scott. And they had who is also the kid that or not the kid, the guy that they got from the Bulls that played with Jordan with the goggles. He was on that Orlando team too. I can't remember. Horace Grant. Ho Grant. Ho Grant. I got it. Before anybody said it. Ho Grant. He had Ho Grant too. That was a good team. And it's rare. It's rare. I will say it's rare if I can name you 4 players on one basketball team from any given time, right? If they have 4 players that are play well together on a pro basketball team, that tells you that I pay attention. For example, my Sixers, because I did like the Sixers at the time. My Sixers, you had Dr. J, you had Moses Malone, you had Tony, you had Mo Cheeks, you had Bobby Jones, you had Caldwell Jones. That's the 6 right there, because Bobby Jones was the 6th man, right? That was the team. That was the faux team, although they won, it went 4-5-4. But that was the faux team that Moses was talking about. So again, if I know 4 players and with them I got 6, that's when I'm interested in basketball. Anyway, Nikki, I'm glad to see you're here. If Nick, you want to pop in, you can pop in. Because we got Nikki, we got what? Doug Coptis is in here, and I do want to put this up as well. This is this is current events, and Chris, thanks for passing that. It was what it is was it was a small submersible. You need to get these things right. It wasn't a submarine; it was a submersible, which was for purely for pleasure and to see things. And at $250,000 a pop, you definitely would have had to have money. Not that that's bad, but this is what is bad. Being that I am a sailor and I know about such things, about an implosion, not an explosion, an implosion. An implosion, in case you haven't figured it out, is when the pressure is so massive that it crushes the submersible like a beer can. That is a horrible, horrible death. And the one guy that was the French explorer that had gone to, they called him the Titanic guy or the Titanic man. He even said, if there was to be something bad happen, you would know it. You'd be gone like that. So again, for the tragic loss of the 5 lives, and from what I understand, it was because the CEO, that was also the captain of the submersible, did things on the cheap. You can't cut corners. Again, allegedly, I don't want these people with a bunch of money to come after me for slander and libel. One's verbal, one's in print. I don't remember which one I don't care. I don't want that company to come after me, Captain Jack, saying, "Hey, you were being slanderous or libelous in what you were saying." But allegedly, he put that thing together on the cheap. It did not meet full qualifications and standards. And that's one of the reasons why it failed. Derek Lively II. Oh, I remember this kid from Duke. Yeah, here's one of the people I actually do know from OKC. Now, are they swapping guys? So Lively's going to go to the Mavericks, and the Mavericks will get the kid from, that they have. So they're swapping pick. Maybe that's what Jason Hunter says. But yeah, I remember this kid. He, again, when you're from Duke, when you're from North Carolina, when you're from Gonzaga, right? Basketball schools. Kansas. Of course, UNC. I was surprised kid from Florida State, or sorry, not Florida State, UCF. He was a top 10 pick. Jason has Mark Cuban on his speed dial. I wouldn't doubt it. I'd love to have Mark Cuban on my speed dial. Hell yeah. I don't know who this guy is. This guy looks like the was it the Parks? Was it the guy the dancing geriatric? He's bald headed. I don't have to worry about that yet. I am going bald in a spot. I don't remember what that guy's name is, but from was the Six Flags, the guy the old dude that dances. That's what he looked like. Weird show, right? We're talking basketball and dancing old dudes. Ruben's coming in. Thank you, Ruben. And Ruben just celebrated a birthday. Good to see you as well, Ruben. Remember, by the way, if you like what you see, thank you. Share, like and share. Push this out to everybody. Cap, 2 Bama guys and 2 twins in the top 5. What are the odds? 2 twins? I didn't see the full draft, so I didn't know that there was two Bama guys. I didn't see. The first guy I saw was the kid that went to the Magic in the seafoam colored suit. Okay. And you got the proud parents there. That's cool, man. That's cool. Henderson and Miller at number 2 with Charlotte and Portland at 3. Okay, cool. I missed it, Jared. I'm coming in late. I mean, the show started at 9. I bounced up. I got up at like 8:45, just in time to get here. Of course, I got to have my iced tea. If it's not an Arnold Palmer, give me an iced tea. But it's cool. It's draft day. Because that's the positive for today. The Phillies lost today. That's the negative. 5-1 to the Braves. Yesterday they did not lose because they got rained out. So there's a doubleheader sometime in September. Maybe if I'm doing things differently, I'll find out when that doubleheader is, and I'll go up to Philly. Could be. I know right now I have not made any flight plans other than did I make a flight plan to Buffalo? I gotta see. I think I got my flight to Buffalo. And that's the only flight that I got. Yeah, I think Buffalo flight. Because the rest of them, I got to there's uneasiness. There's I don't know about getting out from my job hours, so I gotta go lightly there. I gotta figure out what's going on. Pirates 10 losses in a row. Oh my God, man! Highlighted day Rory with an ace at the Travelers. Wow, on a par three. That's cool. Oh wait a second. Whoa, 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 whoa. Time out. If we're talking golf, wait a second. Got to put on the golf hat. Okay. Say it again, Jared. See, I got my St. Andrews hat on. If you're talking golf, I got to have my St. Andrews hat. Okay. Rory, that's Rory McIlroy, right? With an ace at the Travelers Golf Tournament today on a par three. There's your golf report. Yep. There's your guy. See, he said it again. Here, I'll even put this up. Rory, aka Rory McIlroy, on an ace. Hole in one on a par three at the Travelers today. This report brought to you by Jared DiGirolamo, and I'm wearing my golf hat. Brian pops in, not sure how many home games I'm going to this season. Think it's going to be a long season. Yes, I think so too. I think it's going to be a long season. It all depends. Oh wait, we're not talking golf anymore. Hang on. Well, I'll need a red hat. I got several red hats. Okay, that's good. Okay, we go from golf. We're talking Raiders. There we go. Got my Raider hat on. I got my other hats here. I'm the Mad Hatter. Grady Dick, a guard out of Kansas for the Raptors. Kid looks like he is the quintessential Aryan Nazi. Oh, God help me on the censors. He just looks like he can be in the hell. Und Oberleutnant Grady Dick. Oberleutnant Grady Dick of the Schutzstaffel. SS. Tall, blonde hair, blue eyes. Just looks like a Nazi. Yes, that's wrong. It's wrong. I hope the people don't get mad at me for that. I'm kidding. That was wrong. even Jared said it was wrong. That's okay. But the guy's name is Grady. Grady Dick. What a check it out. He knew he was going. Was that for the Hawks? He knew I guess somebody told him that, hey, we're going to draft you because his suit is red. That's inside information. That's inside information. Because, of course, the Hawks red hat just on top of that nice, it's like bedazzled, bejeweled, kind of like ruby red slippers on his suit. Elite shooter and versatility. Jay Bellis is best available. Cam Whitmore. Bryce Sensabaugh. Again, I don't know who any of these people are. Kobe Buffkin. Ooh, Kobe Buffkin out of Michigan. I'm just reading. Ryan Rupert, who's out of France. But if you want to come in, because we passed the the 30-minute point. My opening. I'm still talking about my woman in Tokyo. My gal, talking about my gal, Nikki. I wonder if she's still here. It's good to see Nikki here. Because we had people from the Elite Super fans that were popping in for Facebook. What else are you going to do on a Thursday, right? Now that my headache is gone. Thank God for that. My headache is gone. Hop in, talk sports. Jared, fix your phone. Please. Fix your phone. I want to hear from Jared. I want to have a golf report where I can actually have him come into the show. So you don't have to be on camera. You don't have to be on camera. But your audio has got to be. Now, is there anything else going on? I don't know. Let's see. There is the NBA draft. Now, here's something that intrigues me. I know that, and maybe it's on ESPN too. Let's check in. The game 3 of the winner goes to the finals against the Gators. Pop over and see what's going on there. It's sports. Okay. 8th inning. Nice play. Is that the first baseman there? Or are they're showing highlights? I don't know who won. They're showing highlights. Got Ravitch and Peterson and Chris Burke. Okay. I see a Gator hat in the back. Okay. Is it in extras? Give me a score. God bless it. All I know is that it's not over. Okay. Oh, okay. Top of the 10th. Nothing. Wow. Top of the 10th. So winner goes and plays Florida. I'm going to keep this on for a little while. So the winner plays Florida. Guys throwing heat. 2-0 right now. Remember, Wake Forest is the number 1 team as far as seeding. Playing the number 2. Whoever wins will play the number 2 seeded team, which is my Gators. Strike. Threw it by him. 95. Brian asks, what do you think about the A's to Vegas? The one thing I like about that is that I would not be going out to Oakland for anything at all. So if I go to Vegas during baseball season, I can catch a game. Probably. 35,000 seat stadium though, in the heat. It's going to be hot. Hopefully they pipe in some sort of air conditioning, or that they have it where there's some sort of breezeways going there. This is the 5th scoreless game going through 9th inning in the College World Series. Last time was 1985. Arkansas defeated South Carolina. 1 out, by the way. The kid flew out to the left. Again, top of the 10th. LSU is the home team here. And I personally would like to see a LSU. Oh, you're out. Line out to second base. 2 out. Hit right at him. Hit hard, but right at the second baseman. 2 out now. Huh. They're showing somebody in the LSU locker room or playing, was it getting some live bats. Ball 1 just dropped a little low. Again, I'd like to see LSU and the Gators. Of course, I want my Gators to win. So I got this on because I don't know anything really about the Wizards trading Chris Paul to the Warriors. Okay. That'll help the Dubs. That'll help the Warriors. Chris Paul can't be bad. Watch out when we own Vegas. The weekend we play the Steelers, it's going to be magical and no prisoners allowed. Ed, there will be I'm going to say it, a shit ton of Steelers fans in Vegas. I said it. Of course, we're 38 minutes into the show, too. And it's only shit. I won't get in trouble for that too bad. Shit ton of Steeler fans in Vegas. Jared as well. And again, I'm hoping I will be able to get out early week 3. Jared, I can't promise, but I'd like to get out early on the Friday so I can meet you and Ed, and maybe we can golf on Saturday. Maybe. After we go to Dupar's for the Saturday breakfast, at Dupar's, that I got to do that. So it will be after that. And 3 up, 3 down, LSU will coming to bat in the bottom of the 10th. This guy's got like a Raleigh Fingers mustache. Anyway, Dupar's on Saturday, maybe some golf after that. There will definitely be a Saturday event. I'm telling you, Jared and Ed, there will be a Saturday event because it's the opening game. There will be something Sunday other than the game. So it's going to be a big weekend. I'd like to be out there early. Steelers will have a home game that weekend. Yep. See, I agree with Brian. I don't know. I think maybe 50-50. Steelers might have more fans because they're the Steelers, but it's going to be a loud stadium. Ed says Dupar's. Good. We'll do Dupar's. Saturday, Ed. If we don't do the steak on Friday, we can do it Saturday night, right? And if I have an event to go to, we'll do it after the steak. Brian's going to be there. Okay, Brian. Come on in, man. I'll let people know. Like I said, now granted, normally this is for TNBC, the nation's booster club with President Oso and a bunch of other people. But, if you just show up, Game 1 is on Saturday. Game 2 is on Sunday. Game 3, if there is a Game 3, will be on Monday. Okay. There. See, I was just talking about TNBC and Anna Diaz. Right on time. Anna Diaz. We're talking Dupar's Saturday for the home opener. Ed Winchell said he's coming. And she salutes everyone. So your ears were burning, and I was already talking about Dupar's. Brian will be in Vegas Saturday night. Okay. I'll be in Vegas either Friday night. Hopefully Friday early. Again, it depends upon logistics, and I don't. Ed knows what I'm talking about. I'm gonna. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna shut up. 1, 2, 3. LSU struck out. Oh, that was a nasty. Probably like split finger. I'm guessing, or a slider. I don't know what it is, but it was hard and it dropped. And Juan's gonna be so good. We got Juan, we got Oso, got me. I know Hollywood will be there. So yeah, we'll have a good time. Uh, if you want to come into the show, because right now nobody's in. I'm doing play by play of. Oh yeah, 8 straight wins. Wow. Yeah. Oh, it went to 10 before the Braves packed on 4 runs. Wow. Did not see that. So 1-1 through 9, and then the Braves packed on 4 runs in the 10th and won 5-1. Oh, I got a note on. Hang on. If you guys are hearing that, I'm getting a message on Instagram. Pickett will wish Big Ben was still playing that weekend. I hope so, Ed. God, I hope so. The young lady that was having the car problems the last time we were talking about this. I've been sick. My voice is still raspy. Okay. Well, Anna, you can come in. Or you can comment. That's fine. I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for the. I don't think this guy, whoever's pitching for the Wake Forest, he kind of looks like. Ooh, my goodness! All I've seen is strikes. I haven't seen anybody even get close to it. So it's like there's 2 outs, 0-2 on the third guy, and he struck out the side. He struck out the side. Kind of looks like Sunshine from Remember the Titans. Man, he has some nasty stuff. Nasty stuff. So now we're going to the 11th. So who's going to win the game? I don't know. But if you want to talk, Jared, come on in. Hit the link, please. We got baseball. We got the NBA draft. I wish there was an opportunity to go out to California this next week for something Raider related. But I can't afford to take time off work. Why? Because I need to have as much vacation time for the season as possible. Can't do it. Or I would be in California on Sunday night. I would be in California on Sunday night, but I can't. Unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. So we are now at the 11th inning. I'm doing play-by-play here. Nobody wants to talk sports? Nobody? Wake Forest is up. That's a strike. Jack Winay, the first baseman, he's 1 for 3 tonight. He's a righty against the right-hander from LSU. Another perfect pitch is dropped. Nice and over in a drop. Either a slider, curveball, or the kid's got some stuff. Not the best stuff that way outside. I tell you, the kid from Wake Forest, 9 pitches, 3 outs. I don't know who that guy is, but he's definitely, unless he throws his arm out, that's going to be a kid that definitely goes to the majors. Good way to leave off of it. So he had a waste pitch. Wake Forest battered Benet. Wasn't chasing. I still want to see who the Gators are playing. You know I'm obviously rooting for Florida. Oh! Made him chase something outside of the zone. 1 down for Wake Forest. It was a hell of a... Oh, that had some heat to it, too. Wow, Venus Williams lost today to Ostapenko. Oh, that was off the plate, dude. Umpire called it a strike on Merrick Houston, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a fielder's choice. He's also a right-hander. Fouled off. Got some sort of message. Remember, if like I said, this show's a lot better if I have people calling in. Because then you don't have me doing play-by-play of the College World Series fouled off again. So the shortstop, I can't remember what his name is, hanging tough. Anything else going on in sports, really? We talked about the A's going to Vegas. Oh, is it? Okay. 3 out. Is it 3 outs or 2 outs? I think it's 2. It was right out. Here it is. Wembyama goes to the Spurs with the first pick. Okay, I can do these now. Now we're on a roll. The Hornets got Brandon Miller out of Alabama. He's a forward. So I don't know who all the people are. Let's see here. 3rd pick, Blazers got Scoot Henderson. Is it Scoot? Really? Okay. Guard. Rockets with Amen Thompson. I like the kid's name. A guard. Oh, that's up. Good eye. Pistons with Osser Thompson. He's also a guard. Magic with Anthony Black. Wow, how many picks did the Magic have? Like 3 I saw. Guard out of Arkansas with the 6th pick. 7th, the Pacers proposed trade the Wizards. That's Bilal Coulibaly. Wizards proposed trade the Pacers. And that's is it Jerace Walker? So they swap picks. And then here's the 9th pick from the Jazz. Yeah. Taylor Hendricks, forward out of UCF. That's the guy I saw. Mavericks proposed trade to Thunder. Yep, see there. And you were right. About that there, Jason. Cason Wallace, the guard out of Kentucky. Mavericks trade Davis Bertans and the number 10 pick to the Thunder. Magic get Jet Howard, guard out of Michigan. And then the 12th pick, which was traded for the 10 pick and another player, was the Thunder, Derek Lively, a center. So the Mavericks are going to get a center, and a very good one at that, Duke kid. So that's what they have, right? I guess that's all they run. Doug, there you go. Cubs play in London starting tomorrow. That's cool. If I remember correctly, next year it's going to be the Phillies and the Mets. I might go to that. Maybe. If things are different. If I'm able to. I'd love to do a London game baseball game in London that the Phillies played at. Raiders 75. What's the last NBA game you ever attended? Last NBA game I ever attended was a Magic game a couple years ago. Decent seats. Wow, okay, I take it back. It was more than a couple years ago because my mom was still alive. And it was with my brother. So it's got to be at least 10. Got to be at least 10, 12, maybe even longer than that. It was in Orlando at Amway. Gators looking great, waiting for winter awaken LSU. I know who this is. This is my buddy, Chris Haley. Chris Haley, the Vol. Salute to you, sir. That's my buddy Chris. I got to get a hold of V, Chris. So maybe we'll have V on the show. Remember, next Tuesday, 9 o'clock, a conversation with Van McElroy. Runner goes, and he's in there. Yeah, baby. He's in there. Stolen base for the kid out of Wake, which is good because they're already down. It's already two outs this inning. So, yeah, he went. I think that's a good stolen base. It was a little high. If the throw would have been lower, they would have had him. I'm looking. Yeah, yep, he's on the base before he gets the tag. Raiders 75. I think you should save up to go to a game this year. Maybe. If things are different, because Orlando's only an hour away. I would rather go to, if I go to a game, like maybe go to Atlanta, see like a Celtics Hawks game, or I can go to Orlando. Raiders, I tell you what, Raiders, I don't know where you're at, Raiders 75-28. I went to a Wizards Sixers playoff game 3 years ago. Okay. Are you in Philly or are you in DC? Are you in Philly or DC? You are correct. As of right now, Mets versus Phillies are expected. See, there you go. I knew it. Hey, I wouldn't give you bad gouge, Doug. I wouldn't give you bad. Oh, he's in DC. Okay, I'll tell you what. 75-28. I have been to a Wizards game in DC because I think I've only been to like 3 NBA games. I was in one in Orlando. I was at a Wizards game, and I'll tell you how long ago it was. It was 1996. I think Michael Jordan was on the Wizards. Check me if I'm right. Check me if I'm wrong. I went to a Wizards game in DC. I just come back from England. We were in nosebleeds wherever they play in DC, and they were nosebleeds, and I still cost like $200. I think they were pricey for nosebleed seats. I think that they were pricey because I think Jordan was still on the team then. But I'll go to a game with you, 75-28. Jordan was still on the Bulls, and okay, Willie, I'm sorry. Jordan was still on the Bulls in '96. Okay. Thank you for checking that, Willie. I thought that was the first year he was in with the Wizards. I can be wrong. I don't even know who the hell was on the team. All I know is that I had just got back from England. I think it was in January. So it might have been 1997. Might have been 1997. January 97. But I've been to the Wizards game in DC. I've been to a Magic game in Orlando, and I know I've been to another pro game. I'm blanking. I know I've been to 3. Obviously, it wasn't that memorable. It wasn't that memorable. My last NBA game was game 4 of the 97 finals, Bulls versus the Jazz. Wow, Willie, that's awesome. Knicks Madison Square Garden playoffs? Is that what you're saying? Maybe is this you 75-28? Or is it me? I'd love to go. I'd love to go to the Garden. I've been to the Madison Square Garden when I was going on a subway when I was in New York a couple years ago. We were by MSG. There was a game going on too. It was a Raider weekend, and there was a Knicks game, and we were getting to one of the subway stations. It was right by the Garden. Okay, top of the 11th, and now it is 3 outs. So LSU is coming to bat in the bottom of the 11th. Nothing. Great game. I do know that my buddy Chris Haley, I was talking about him. We're going to go to a game on Rocky Top. Not this year, because this year Tennessee goes to Florida. So 2024, Chris, when the schedule comes out, let me know. That weekend, and it's normally early, that weekend I might not be in Vegas or wherever the Raiders play on the road, because I am going to go with my buddy Chris Haley to see Florida, Tennessee. There you go. He's right on time, man. 2024 sounds great. Providing I'm here. Providing I'm living and breathing, Chris, we will go. You'll have to get tickets, though. Let me know how much the cost is. Because Chris lives in Tennessee in a wonderful house. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to, and I'm going to say this. I can't wait until I'm retired. I can't wait till I'm retired. Why? Because I am going to go see. Remember I was talking about my buddy Mark Samuels that we were talking going to the Cowboys game? He lives out in Arkansas in a house. I'm going to drive out to Arkansas and see my buddy Mark Samuels. Then I'm going to drive to Tennessee and see my buddy Chris Haley. And maybe if I'm out in Arkansas, if I get a chance to go see V, who's our buddy, if I get invited, because V lives in St. Louis. You go to Arkansas to St. Louis to see V, at least for a day, right? I want to go to the Arch. I want to see that. I've seen it from the air. I've never been there. So go to St. Louis, maybe see V. If I'm not going to invite myself into his house, I would say go see V, then drive to Tennessee, go see Chris Haley. I can't wait to travel. I can't wait to travel. 94 paid $1.50 a ticket to watch Florida beat the Vols. I know that they are much more expensive now. Up. Oh, I almost had them. A liner to left gets LSU runner on first. Just nice rip. And this is the kid from Wake Forest that has the heat. Rips it right over the third baseman, or right to the right of third baseman. Rips it to left, and the left fielder almost bummed it. Keeps him on first. So here we go. Got a runner on. And the Wake Forest manager comes out to talk to his pitcher. 34-0. $150. Well, you know what? Oh, Mike Sarah says he'll meet us. Thank you, Mike. It'd be good to meet Mike Sarah. I've never met Mike. I've spoken to Mike. when Mike used to call in, and I remember these. I remember this great. And Mike, I'm not saying this in a bad way. I remember conversations with Mike Serra because he was lifting weights, and you would hear the weights being racked up, as he was doing his reps. You could hear the cha-ching, right? Mike hasn't called in a while. That's fine. He's commenting a lot, which because he's here. Thank you, Mike. But I'd love to go. I want to go see the Arch, and I'll meet Mike Serra. Maybe we'll go to a Cardinals game, depending on what time of year it is. Well, okay, if it's the early part of the football season, if I make it one of these trips where I can go, if it's the early part of football season, it's still baseball. I'd love to go see a Cardinals game because I'd love to see a Cardinals game. I wanted to go to a Phillies game recently, but I wasn't able to do that. Such is life. I will go see a Phillies game soon, one of these days. I want to go to Atlanta to see the Phillies play in Atlanta. Maybe I'll do that. Because, Atlanta's close. I can go to see the Phillies play at Atlanta. Definitely cool. Thanks, Mike. See Mike. Watch a game. Go to the Arch. I don't know. Oh, kid's only a sophomore. My goodness. That guy who's throwing heat is a sophomore. Wow. Right now we have Cam Minacci. His 30th appearance this year. 1-1. He's a reliever. 13 saves, 2.51 ERA. Trying to hold it down for Wake Forest. Remember, runner on first, bottom of the 11th, I believe. I believe it's bottom of the 11th. And some Cajun by the name of White, can't make this up. Tommy White, see? Third baseman. Whoa, 98 RBIs this season, fifth most in program history. Now's the time for an RBI from LSU. Remember, the Gators are waiting. The Gators are waiting on the winner of this series. The Reds are on fire. Can we keep it up? Chris, I got a buddy that lives in Ohio, right? He's retired. And you guys remember a friend of the program, Don Webb, Dandy Don. We can meet. Did he park it? Game over. Home run. LSU wins. They are going to meet Florida. I missed it. All I saw was the outfielder. Exit velocity of 105.8 miles per hour, 390 feet. LSU is playing Florida for the World Series championship starting Saturday. All SEC. I tell you, the kid parked it. He parked it. I want to see the replay. Now they're showing the teams, the exuberance of LSU. And the guy came out and he, that's cool. Came out. Oh, he ripped it. He just left it right out over the plate, man. It was about 10 rows deep. It was about 10 rows deep, man. That's how long. 2-run home run wins it for the Tigers. So the Tigers versus the Gators, an all SEC affair. All SEC affair, College World Series. Can't wait. Go to the Hill. Okay, cool. It's an Italian neighborhood with many Italian restaurants. Grew up on the Hill. Yes, yes, Mike. I tell you what, I remember a book that Joe Garagiola. You guys know who Joe Garagiola is, right? Joe Garagiola also grew up in St. Louis. He was also a catcher. Him and Yogi played, the league together, but they also grew up together. He's Italian. Yogi's Italian. He grew up in St. Louis. And Joe Garagiola had a book. I read it as a kid. And so I will go to the Hill because I like Italian food. In fact, Mike, if we can, we'll do that. We'll do that as I want a good pizza. I want a good calzone. I had leftover calzone today. It was microwaved, and you can't get a really good calzone. When you heat it up, and I should have just saved it. When you heat it up in the oven, yeah. But I needed something. I needed something for something to eat. Florida, LSU, 2-5 Saturday, starting at 7:00 Eastern on ESPN. And as Chris aptly puts it, LSU wins with a walk-off home run. Oh, okay. Yes, he grew up on the Hill. Also, my uncles played ball with them, little leagues. See, I'm not, obviously, I'm not lying to you because like I said, I read the book by Joe Garagiola. Years and years. It was it was made in or written in the 70s. Good book. Find it. So we are an hour and 10 minutes into the show. We saw LSU. This is done now. I can go back to the LSU wins with a walk-off 2-run home run. We're back to the NBA draft, first round. Golden State. Oh, okay. I like Golden State. Golden State's pick number 19, 1 minute and 40 seconds mark till the pick is in. I don't know who these guys are. Obviously, they're experts. I don't want to put the volume up, so I don't want to get a YouTube strike. But Bobby Mark says the team needs a power forward. Okay. A proposed trade. Okay. Warriors receive Chris Paul. They already got that, right? Is that? I thought that was already a finalized trade. Is it for this pick? Was the trade in? Oh, it says the pick is in. Okay, let's see. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Wow, $243 million. Draymond Green opted out. Wow.
$67 million. So $170 million plus difference here. It's not my money.
Okay. I don't know who this guy is, though. He's not Jay Billis. No, there he is. Jay Billis is on set now with the two girls in the middle. Yes, he grew up on a hill, my uncle. Okay, so there we go. We got the pick is in. Okay. You already know that Chris Paul is going to the Warriors because that was a couple minutes ago. And the Warriors go local. Guard out of Santa Clara, Brandon Podziemski. I think it's Podziemski. Guard out of Santa Clara, so he's local. Didn't really have to spend a lot of money scouting him, right? Who's this guy? Is that ain't? Yeah, okay. They're talking about Chris Paul. That's already there. Western co-player, newcomer of the year. Wow, kid's young then. 20 points per game, 44% 3-point percentage. Okay. Nobody wants to call in. This is amazing. We are already an hour and 15 into the show. I'll put the link up again. I mean, I can do this. I already did my checkbook today. If you want to come into the show, please hit the link. Talking basketball, we're talking college baseball, we're talking football, we're talking baseball with the A's in Vegas. We did discuss current events with the tragic loss of the 5 sailors, and or actually one was a sailor. What is tragic to me? What is tragic to me on the loss of the 5 lives was that the one boy who was the son of the multimillionaire, the UK gentleman of Indian descent. Dad was a millionaire, CFO or CEO of a company. I think he was 18, 20 years old. That's a tragedy. That's a tragedy. But that's what's going on. Rockets are on the clock. They have they got Amen Thompson from the G League. 2 minutes and 43 seconds left until the clock runs out on that. And according to what Jay Bill says, they need a starting point guard for the Rockets. Okay. And maybe a lot of people ask me like, why? I'm not a basketball guy. And I think the Raiders, what was it, 75-20? What was the number behind it? Got to go up. 75. I was close. 75-28 out of DC. I'd go see a game with him. I'd go see that. But the reason why I'm not as much of a basketball, yeah, Mike, I was. Thank you for saying that. That came out today on NBC News. 19-year-old told the aunt he was terrified to go on the sub, but he did it because his uncle wanted him to go. And again, when you are crushed, it's a horrific way to die. It's a horrific way to die, but at least you go. You hear the pop, and you're dead. You hear the crunch, and you're dead. Because it's like that. 19 years old, didn't want to go, went because his uncle said, "Hey, we're going to go see the Titanic." And he went because his uncle wanted him to go. Can't fault him for that, but it's a shame. What is this? Oh, okay, at IHOP. Okay. It was like I see a burger and then it was like a flat waffle. Cubs and Cardinals, London series, just like Mike and Doug Coppice was talking about. Astros Dodgers Sunday night baseball. Can't wait for that. Maybe the Phillies will go back to winning now that the Braves are gone. Really, I wanted to be, and this is what my plans were. I was going to fly to Philly tonight so I can do some work this weekend and go see the Phillies play this weekend, and I didn't get a chance to do that. That was my ultimate plan. It didn't happen, but maybe I will get a chance to do that soon. Check my phone here real quick. Make sure I'm not missing anything that was important. Uh, what else is going on today? Anything? Something personal as well, and I see it here, and I'm going to talk about it. By the way, I need to say this. I need to say this. I'm going to put it in the response. In fact, I'm going to. I am paired up with Smack Apparel. I'm going to put that there. Hopefully, it comes in real quick. Smack Apparel has got some really, really great sports shirts. Like you're a fan of one team, but they can also talk smack, hence the name Smack Apparel. They talk smack about your rivals. So, like, there's Michigan, Ohio State shirts where they talk about each other, or Notre Dame, Ohio State, or I think it's Ohio State, you know, or was it Florida State, UNC Duke, because it's college, it's pro, it's like Raiders, Chiefs. A lot of the rivalry shirts are in college, though, I will say that. But a lot of the positivity shirts are for your team. Go to Smack Apparel. In fact, I'm going to make a banner. Check the stuff out. Great sports shirts. There you go. Make sure you go to smackapparel.com. Great sports shirts. Talk smack about other people, other teams. Use code Captain Jack for 10% off of your order. Use code Captain Jack for 10% off your order. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. because why not? I will put this on Instagram. But it's great stuff. It's great stuff. Why not? Get good, really good shirts, great variety, and 10% off your order. And I fought for the 10% because I could have my viewers could have just gotten 1% off their order. And I'm like, no, make it 10%. And I want to thank the people at Smack Apparel for letting the old Salty Pirate team with them go to Smack Apparel and get your Smack shirts. Get your Smack shirts. So I can't wait to have that come to fruition. Really good stuff. And be good. Be good for everybody here. But can't wait to promote. In fact, let's change the banner here. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's change that. There you go. Get your membership on YouTube. Go to my page here on YouTube, and for every $5 that you spend, and actually, Jack Kenna spent $5 last night talking about, and I like Jack, but like Jack is definitely all about, what is it? Captain Jack, or he's about Caleb Williams, and that's something. And this is something I want to talk about. You're a Raiders fan, and I got how many people are watching? Maybe about three. Maybe about three. Three people are watching right now. Do you honestly think that the Raiders are going to suck that bad so they would have a pick? Let's say that, because you're going to have a pick in the top 5. You're going to have a pick in the top 5. Because I don't think the Raiders are going to suck that bad. I think they're going to be mediocre. I think personally they're going to be better than last year, which means that they have at least 7 wins, maybe 10. Their team comes together, it might even be better for them. And I really do hope, I think that it would be because that Jimmy G has a better year. I think the defense is going to be better. I don't think they're going to be that bad. And Mike Sarah says it right here. Okay? They're not going to tank. This is year 2 of a 3-year rebuild. The Raiders are in year 2 of a 3-year rebuild, where I think they're going to get better, right? So they're going to be mid-level draft pick, right? Remember last year we were 6-10, and we had the 7th pick, or 6-11, sorry. 6-11, and we picked seventh. 6 wins, picked seven. We are gonna have to really, really suck in order to have a top five pick. And I don't think that's gonna happen. And Mike, I'm glad that you're still here. But yeah, I think the Raiders can be better than what people think. I think the Raiders can be better than what people think. Right now, Noah Clowney was picked forward out of Alabama by the Nets. Oh, Brooklyn's back to back. They picked 21 and 22. So who see where Clowney gets his all SEC freshman team. Kid's young. And this is what Jason was talking about. You know, they play 1 year and then they go. I mean, yeah, that's the way it is. I mean, I do like the fact that basketball has a G League for people to make them a little bit more prepared to go to the NBA. So you don't have to you know go and just and I'm not going to say a year in college is not wasted on anybody. It's not wasted on anybody. A year in college is fantastic. Get all you can. Get all you can. But there are kids that they know that their spot in life is going to be as a professional. But here's the thing: if you don't make it, you best make sure you got something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on. And hey, we are going to have a guest tonight. Thank goodness. 1 hour and 30 minutes into a show where all I've been doing is this. I've been talking for 1 hour and 30 minutes nonstop, almost, minus my drinks for tea. We're going to be joined by Capitan Rafuccio. Make sure you go to his channel as well. He will put it into the comments section. So we're gonna be joined by Rafi. I'm gonna put him on the screen now. We'll talk for a little while with Rafi. Rafi, thanks for coming in. Rafael, how you doing? Capitan Rafuccio, salute to you, sir.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Captain Jack, because I was watching the NBA draft and, of course, for the Venezuela Professional League because they have for the conference finals. And I know it sounds very international, but after the NBA finals, they still have international basketball leagues for, like,
Mm-hmm.
example, in Spain, Mexico, and, of course, in Venezuela. But in the NBA draft, I was very shocked that about Victor when Wanyama goes for the number one. And I think it was a great choice to have it a good draft. I was like really shocked because we know that Victor had to go to the number one.
Right.
Because after that all the fun begins. But I think there's gonna be like the chaotic night with the moving parts. But that will be like the quiet draft and of course it goes to the mind. But I really think that probably they're gonna do after anything could happen. Because if I was like the general manager, I will say because that was like the realistic trade options, and there is so much evidence that small defensively challenged guards and opportunists that are the postseason players. But I think that my idea about it because there's a few things that are about to learn about the draft because they're talking about prospect talents. They're about the youth. They're bothered about the prospects who came out for the brand new generation. That anything could happen, and he's from France, which is he's from France because that will be like the generational talent. And unlike many players like his size, he's not a prototypal NBA center. He's 19 years old, but he can be dominant on defense, also able to dribble the ball like a point guard, and he can really shoot for a 3-point range infinitely. I because it's gonna be like really tough. Because he was dreaming about hearing the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, because he was playing over the last 3 seasons the International League in France, which is the highest pro level. And I mean, he led the league in scoring, rebounding, and of course, blocks. Because all about this hype, they have got a tiger on this back. So more than O's and nets, and to begin like the interesting and the same framework in the environment. Because he's not like LeBron James or Tim Duncan. He's only Victor, and that's what we want to be like that.
He actually, hey, Raphael, and see if you agree with me on this one. He
Hmm.
reminds me of by look and by stature. He kind of reminds me of when Ralph Sampson was coming out of Virginia to go to the Rockets,
Exactly.
and Ralph Sampson he was he was pretty much a finished product when he left Virginia for. And remember, back in those days, you actually had to go for 3 and 4 years. You graduated from your college and then you went into the league. It wasn't one of these, you could leave. A lot of people didn't leave early back then. You went to your full portion. Now, yeah, there were some kids.
Exactly.
Okay, Daryl Dawkins went from high school to the pros. Moses Malone went from the high school to the pros. That was not the norm. That was not the norm. You went to 4 years of college, you got your degree, and then you went to the pros. You had to be really good. Like I said, Moses Malone, of course, Hall of Famer, and obviously my boy that went. Oh my God, I'm Daryl Dawkins. I almost
Jared
forgot.
Dawkins. Oh, okay, okay.
Daryl
Gotcha.
Dawkins went. Well, he got actually from Orlando. I watched him play basketball in Orlando when I was a kid. Right?
Wow.
Yeah. Played for Orlando Evans and went right to the pros, right to the Sixers. And but that was not the norm. You had to go to school and you had to get. It was like they called it like a hardship case where your grades weren't good enough to go to college and you had the ability, but that was not the norm. This kid, Wembayama,
Uh huh.
19, but he's been playing what a couple years in France, right? Like 2 years or so. He's been playing.
Yes, it was like 3 seasons. Yes, 3 seasons.
Yeah, 2 to 3 years. So he has the pro game. Granted, it's not the NBA pro game, but it is the European leagues. The kids that played in the Euro leagues. There's all of the the basically a lot of the players that are Eastern European whose names rhyme with Jolosevic or Moskowskiewicz. All of those.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Right.
Because it's
They
very
have they play a good game, right? Because they know what the hell they're doing. They got that behind
exactly.
them. I think Wembyama is going to be a great asset for the Spurs. And remember, the Spurs had, the Admiral David Robinson, number one pick, and then they got Tim Duncan, number one pick. I'm not saying that Wembyama is the second coming of Tim Duncan, but I think that they got a prototype phenomenal player that's going to be rock solid for them for several years. He's the only person that I knew out of this draft.
Exactly.
He's the only person that I knew because I don't watch college basketball to know all of the people. So we'll find out about it. But, I'm watching the draft because I was watching the World Series, the College World Series as well, to see LSU beat the number one ranked seed in Wake Forest. So they're going to play my Gators on Saturday. Go Gators! There you go. Got to do a chomp here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
hopefully we'll get a nice national championship as well. Gators have gone to several national championship games. They've won a couple. The last time they went, I think, they were beat by South Carolina. So the SEC has got a stranglehold on baseball, just like they have a stranglehold on college football. At least in that respect. Yeah, Wake Forest is an ACC team, but there's so many good teams in the SEC, and that's where they go. They go to the SEC to play baseball, just like they go to the SEC to play football. So I'm looking forward to the Gators playing to win. Obviously, I don't like LSU because it's LSU and I'm a Gator. But it's good to see that. And like I said, we're going to see the draft. Now, I got to ask you, Raphael, because I know that you've been I'm sure you've been keeping up with baseball as well. Tell me about your Yankees.
Oh, for right now, for the Yankees they're still. I think they're still struggling because as in the call for this team struggle in June because I just heard that about the owner Halston Briner because they are 9 point games back to the first place in the East because they already have the highest expectations on any fan base in sports. But right now, their souls had to be in anger, where they now made some fans out express a displeasure about this because they understood the upset. Because right now, the batting and the pitching, they had to start like in roller coaster because everybody just didn't know because they're really hard in all the fronts and on the back on the rails because remember that Aaron Judge has only played 49 at 7-4 games at the Southfield that has to deal with injury with his big toe, but also had currently the second wild card spot in the American League. But they really need to Aaron back because Carlos Rodon had a rehab outing because he felt great in the infighting. But I would say they were responding for the second injection of this toe because it was told by Aaron Boone. Because right now, I'm not to see anything because right now has been made for the postseason for 6 consecutive years. Because I don't think that anyone in the Jenkins organization is going to sit and say, hey, we're going to get to the playoffs. I think that is the wrong mentality to have. But right now, their group and they made it look easy to win because it's not very easy to win at all. Because I wouldn't say that because they just won the first 2 games after their 3 game series with the Seattle
Mm-hmm.
Mariners after getting swept for the Boston Red Sox. So I think it is gonna be like to really worry about it, about the batting, the pitching, and of course the injury reports about those players.
Gotcha. Okay, now going into the All Star break, the Phillies were on a tear, but then they lost 2 straight against the Braves. They didn't lose yesterday because they got rained out, so thank God for that. But mid season report. Which teams are you uh, very high on in the National League and the American League, and which teams are you maybe like, wow, they're not playing like they should? If I'm throwing something at you that is a little bit much, I apologize. I figured since you do watch baseball and keep up with it, I figured I'd take a couple minutes and you tell me about what your thoughts are this year on baseball for the teams that are surprises and teams that have surprised good and surprised bad. Go ahead there, Rafi.
Yeah, I think that Arizona and of course Cincinnati Reds could have it like a big surprise because I didn't see because Diamondbacks in Arizona had 46 wins and only 30 losses. And for the Cincinnati Reds, for Joey Votto, I think they have another surprise on the right there. And I would say like a completely completely complicated a tough race for the first one because they have Atlanta and Miami racing off for the first place. But I was really shocked that Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Guardians going to head to toe with the sea for the first place. I mean, they're going to be really shocked for the mid-season of the baseball.
Okay. So Cleveland, Arizona. All right. Uh, and are you surprised now? Who are your surprises that they're not playing as good this year as you thought they would have?
I was not surprised at about the Seattle Mariners and of course the Kansas City Royals because I was not surprised with it because I thought that Kansas City Royals could have made anything better about batting and pitching after they won the World Series. But I think it's not surprising because they had it for last place because they're struggling about the managing and of course their coaching.
Okay. Okay. What else out the door? Give me your thoughts on you know, what give me your best Capitan thoughts. You got about 3 minutes to talk about, or maybe two. Your thoughts about what's going on with. By the way, how are you doing personally? Are you doing okay?
Yes, I'm doing okay, Mr. Captain Jack. And of course, I will tell it to everybody else because I was enjoying the NBA draft and of course the Venezuela Professional Basketball League. Because, like I said, after the NBA Finals, there are some leagues in Europe and of course in South America. They had to go for the conference finals, which are really understood because the international basketball has a little more influence, and of course, it has a lot of potential about this place because some players in the United States, because they are former NBA players, had to go for the international leagues. For example, in Venezuela, just had Zach Graham, and of course they have Leon Rogers. I mean, they are former NBA players, or they just play for once at NBA. I think they're having to go for the international leagues when it comes to Americas or the Arab to see how they got for this career for this territory.
Okay. Well, Rafi, I appreciate you coming in and giving my voice a little bit of a break, so people don't have to listen to me for the entire 2 hours. And
Yep.
be sure to put down in the comments section. Make sure that you put down your channel so that people know where to go for your channel as Capitan Refucho. I've seen your IGs. You got some really unique some IG video. I can't do things like that. I wish I could,
Okay.
but I've been enjoying your IG videos.
Okay. Gotcha. And of course, I'm salute to you. And of course, have a great night, folks. Salute from El Capitan Rafucho. I will see you there next time.
You got it, Rafi.
Yep.
Thanks for coming in, brother. Make sure you put
All right.
your channel stuff in the comments
Okay.
section while you
All
go.
right. All right. Have a good one. Have a good one.
I take care, brother. All right, that's Capitan Rafucho. That's Rafi. Good. We had a guest. I like that. Kings drafting Olivier Maxence. Maxence? Wow. Olivier Maxence Prosper, the forward out of Marquette. That's a unique name. Olivier Maxence Prosper. Wow. Says athletic wing and defender. 6'8". I mean, obviously these people are so tall and talented. And there you go. Rafael Chassin is his YouTube channel. Go be sure to check out Capitan Refucho, Rafael Chassin. Check out his Instagram as well. Very entertaining. Very entertaining. But we're almost done. So I want to thank everybody who did came in and share some time with me. Remember, if you are watching this on the replay, make sure that you know that if you go to, and I don't know, Rafi, if you know about this, go to smackapparel.com. Smackapparel.com. Use code Captain Jack to save 10% off your purchase. And Rafi, they have baseball, football, hockey, basketball, and college stuff at Smack Apparel. Go be sure to get your stuff at Smack Apparel. Can't wait to show off my Smack Apparel things. And I know I'm going to be getting some more stuff. And you get some too. Use code Captain Jack for 10% off your order. But I guess we're gonna call it a night here. I got to get ready for tomorrow. I've appreciated everybody being here. Remember, we will be back. This was the Thursday show. We will be back Sunday, regular show. Ask Captain Jack. Sunday night, Ask Captain Jack. Check it out. We will be back on Sunday. Always a pleasure. It's a slow night. I mean, yeah, it's the end of June. And other than the NBA draft, what else you watching, right? Be sure to take care of yourselves. We will be here Sunday night. Ask Captain Jack. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the flip side. Take care.